Hi, I'm Joe, and you're in Joe's Kitchen once again. And actually, it's my outdoor kitchen. And today we're cooking something very special. It requires this. Without further ado, let's get to it, man.
We're gonna eat, we're gonna eat, we're gonna eat and eat. We're gonna eat and eat. We're gonna eat and eat. Welcome to Joe's Kitchen, yeah, we're gonna eat. That's right. We're gonna eat and eat. 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 Welcome to Joe's Kitchen, yeah, we're gonna eat. Oh yeah.
Welcome back to Joe's Kitchen. We're doing the outside version. If you've watched the other video, we've already prepared our marinade and our chicken. And yes, we're doing Jamaican jerk chicken, and we're trying to be as authentic as possible. The chicken's been marinating since yesterday. This is the second part of about a 3-part series. So this is the cooking process. There's also a video on the prepping and production of the marinade and the marinating the chicken, which we also spatchcocked. And so that's also in that video. And there'll be another video of us making rice and peas, the traditional side dish of the Jamaican culture. So anyhow, we're going to do the cooking side. The chicken's marinated overnight. It's good to go. And right now I'm setting up the smoking process. Jamaican jerk chicken is traditionally smoked with pimento wood, and you'll have a hard time finding it anywhere around here. You might be able to locate it. I had a hard time. The only place I found it was online at a company called buypimentowood.com. And this is a picture of the product label. And it comes in a bag. I forget how much it was. I mean, as far as weight, maybe a pound. You know, and you can see I've already pulled most of it out to set up my tubes. These are actually pellet tubes, but I'm using wood chips. And I want you to see what this looks like. It's just wood chips, but it's pimento wood. You see that all right? Okay. If this isn't enough to smoke it, I have more, and I'll set up I have a chip box, and I'll use that. Anyways, the story behind the jerk chicken, the best story I can find, is that the style of jerk cooking kind of came over from Africa, from those who were enslaved in Jamaica, and they actually intermingled with the people who first settled in Jamaica, which were the Taino tribe out of South America. And their population was well reduced as Spanish people started conquering the islands. And then they still intermingled with the African slaves, and they produced this way of cooking. They actually retreated up to the mountains because the Spaniards were in battle with the English. And so at some point they were able to kind of free themselves and move up the mountain. And this is how this style of cooking got came about again in Jamaica. They cooked like this so that they couldn't be spotted up in the mountains. And they actually cooked underground. We're going to do it a little differently. We're going to do it on a gas grill. But they tried to reduce the smoke so they couldn't be noticed up in the mountains. Anyhow, the spices come from the pimento bush or the allspice bush. So it's the same bush that grows that we use on the wood to smoke, is also the allspice berry. It's actually the fruit of this tree. So we're using the authentic wood from Jamaica right here. I'm excited. So we're going to do this, and preferably, probably the best way to do this would be maybe on charcoal, open pit of some sort, but I don't have that. So we're going to try it on the gas grill. I've been experimenting using the tubes with other pellets and other wood chips, and so I think we'll be successful. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to light up one of these tubes. I'm going to light actually both of them. We're going to double smoke this thing, and the way I'm going to do that is utilize my torch. This is a cockle torch. I don't know if you can read that. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. By the way, the birds are very happy. They got a lot of bird seed today and yesterday, and so he's calling for peanuts right now, but he's going to have to wait because I'm cooking chicken, Jamaican jerk chicken. So this torch is going to help light this. You got to light these things on one end for about a minute, and I'm going to light each of them. I'm going to keep that flame on them for about a minute, and I'm going to move over here for another minute, maybe do another 10 seconds, and then we're going to close it, wait about 15 minutes, and I'll bring the chicken out. All right. I've already prepped the grill, already oiled it down. It's all good to go. I've got the gas turned off on the gas grill. I don't want that running while I'm doing this. It just seems like it wouldn't work, or there might be a problem, an explosion, who knows. But so we got the gas grill turned off, and I'm going to light this by turning this knob. And there we go. I count down from 1 minute. I usually count 60, blah, 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 blah. But we're going to probably put this in fast forward at this point, just so I'm not keeping the viewers watching this for 2 minutes. But you can see the wood already starting to smoke up. I'm going to have to guess and estimate the time because I don't have a watch with me, and I'm not counting down because I'm talking. But anyhow, very interesting culture with the Jamaican jerk chicken and the whole history behind it. I encourage you to, if you're into the ethnic cuisines and trying different things, read the history about it. It's very interesting. So I'm just going to get this good and lit. You may ask me if I've soaked my wood. I did not. I've read different things about whether you should soak your wood chips or not. And it seems like the consensus is do not soak them. When you're soaking them, as they're smoldering and smoking, it looks like they're smoking a lot, but it's really just the water evaporating. So I don't know. If you have a different opinion, leave it in the comments. By the way, if you like this video, please hit a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe and share. And and leave comments on what you think about the video or any suggestions, any questions you have. I'd be more than happy to, of course, respond with you accordingly. So we're going to let this run for another 20 seconds or so and just see how this goes. And this is the authentic, official pimento wood from Jamaica. And yeah, this is going to be a delicious dish. I don't know if your viewers have been counting the minutes. I wish you could be here to tell me if I've been here doing this for 2 minutes or not. But I'm just going to do it by eyeball if I can see the wood catching fire good. Yeah, I'm thinking it's pretty good. I'm going to kick it off. Now, we got to blow it out. Well, maybe it won't blow out. We'll do that. All right. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. We're ready to put the chicken on. Look at that smoke rolling off of it like that. A couple of tips, kind of adjustments I had to make. The wood was burning. I was trying to put it out. The best way to put it out, I think, is just to drip some water on the existing flames. When you blow on it, it's kind of like breathing into that fire, and it makes it even more of a fire. So it'll probably spark up here and there, and I'll probably come back with a damp rag and kind of sprinkle some water on it and try to damp it out so it doesn't, so I'm getting smoke and not flame. The chickens right here, they've been marinating overnight. One is on the spicier side, one is milder and mellow for Patty because she's not into spicy food like I am. This has the Scotch bonnet and it has the spicy Walker's Wood Jamaican sauce. This one has the mild Walker Wood Jamaican sauce and no Scotch bonnet. Actually, they're habaneros. We don't have the Scotch bonnets around here. At least I couldn't find them. So we're going to put the chicken on the grill, and I'll probably have to come back and throw some water on the wood so it doesn't keep flaming up. And hopefully I have enough room because right now the grill is not on. I'm going to come back and put that grill on. So the spicy one's on the right. And there we go. Kind of like that. And I'll put some of this on that one. Some of that marinade right back on top. Some of the hot marinade on top of the don't want to drip on the other one. There we go. And so on and so forth. There we go. All right. And that's that. I'm going to come back and I'm going to mellow out the flames a little bit. You can see they're flaming up some. What I've been doing is taking a rag and kind of, I need a little bit more water in here just to kind of help that along. So the wind and the breeze is probably helping that kick up a little bit too. The marinade, I may put a little bit more on, but also as I'm cooking this, I'm going to do what they call poking. And if you watch some of the authentic Jamaican jerk chicken recipes, cooks on, you'll see that they poke the chicken. What they're doing is it's doing a lot of different things. It's tenderizing. It's getting that marinade and the smoke into that meat. And so I'll be doing that ongoing throughout the evening, afternoon, tomorrow, however long this takes. Well, actually, I'm anticipating it'll still take a couple hours at least. So I'm going to try to keep the temp around 200, 225. Right now it's hitting at 300. That's because these flames here. I got to tame that down a little bit. The grill is off at the moment, so it's just going with the smoke and the heat from the smoke. All right. I'll bring you back as it continues to cook. Stay with us. All right, well, we're just kind of monitoring this along. We just put the chicken on about 15 minutes ago. The wood is burning up pretty fast. It flamed up a few times. I had to put water on it. You might argue maybe I should have soaked the wood, but I'm doing it this way because maybe next time I'll try it a different way. This is trial and error of cooking, you know. It seems to be smoking good though. And the water, I probably should have started doing that a little earlier, and then I could have blew out that flame a little bit quicker and had more wood. But I do still have more wood. I'm going to probably end up putting a chip box on there in a little bit just to keep that smoking process going. While it was flaming up, it had reached over 300 degrees. That was a lot hotter than I wanted it. But since I've got the flame dampened off, it's come down to about 200 degrees, which is close to where I want it. Nothing's on yet. If it starts getting below 200, I'm going to probably pop these on. I'm going to kind of do a reverse sear on it anyway, so after it smokes for a while, then I'm going to kick the heat up and then finish it off. But anyhow, we're going to do a little poking, and we can take a look at what we got so far. You can see the smoke rolling off here, so we do got still smoke action going on. And I'm going to use this to steady. I'm just going to poke that chicken. I'm not going to move it around yet because it's still raw, you know. I'm coming inside and I'm going to sanitize this fork after I do this, just because as this bird gets cooked, and I don't want to be poking it with the raw. So anyhow, that's going to help get that marinade in there and also tenderize it some. All right, there we go. We're going to shut this door, let it keep doing its thing. I'll probably light up some more chips in about a half hour, but just stay with us. We're expecting an arrival of some Jamaica beer to really make this official, so that should be coming shortly. When this gets closer, I'm going to actually start making the rice and peas, and you'll see that in a different video. You'll see it at the end of this video as a side dish with this, but you'll see the full video of that. Also, there'll be links hopefully for that so you can locate a little easier. But remember, I'm Joe and I'm from Joe's Kitchen here. I not only have cooking videos, I have some music videos as well. Hope you feel free to kind of search and look those up. And let me know how you like either of these videos. Put the thumbs up, comments. I'm definitely open to hearing all that. Anyhow, I'm going to let this rest for a while, let it keep cooking, smoking, and we'll be back. All right, continuing along here. You know, Murphy is everywhere, and doesn't matter how prepared you are. I knew my propane tank was pretty close to the end, so the other day I went out and got a second propane tank. We're heading into hurricane season, so it doesn't hurt to have two propane tanks. Hopefully nothing happens. Hopefully we don't lose power and all that, but if we do, we'll at least be able to cook on the grill. But anyhow, so my propane tank blows. I'm like, no worries. I've got another propane tank. So I prepare to hook it up. First problem, I couldn't turn the knob. It was like Goliath or somebody tightened it. You know, it was impossible for me to, I tried and I tried. So I went and got some pliers and I was very careful and I was able to turn it and open it up. So I hook it all up and I turn it on. And I try to start the grill and there's no gas going through. I'm like, what's going on here? So I unscrewed it, screwed it back in, you know, turned it off. So I unscrewed it, screwed it back in, did it about 3 or 4 or 5 times. Still no gas going through the line. Finally, I think the problem is for some reason the threading on this new tank, I had to get a pair of pliers to thread it on there really good. Meanwhile, I was in a panic because what am I going to do? I got chicken. I got like 10 pounds of chicken on the grill and it's like just starting to cook. Anyways, I was almost ready to throw it in the oven, but I got it working. Thank you. All right, so anyways, we're at a point where I'm going to turn it and let's see what we got going on here. You can start seeing it's starting to kind of darken up a little bit. It's still definitely raw. My smoking has quit, so I reloaded a new tube. I've got this down here and I'm going to relight it also. So after I flip these, I'm going to relight the tube and the box, try to get the smoking going on. But right now we're just going to flip it over. And it's getting that muddy look that it's supposed to get when you cook your chicken. I say muddy look. This one's cooking a little faster, so that's because I got the heat on underneath it. So I'm going to turn that heat off, turn this one on the low speed, and just kind of alternate it back and forth with the heat, trying to maintain a temperature between 200 and 300, preferably between 200 and 225, and let it slow cook. It's doing well. I'm pretty happy with it so far. I just need to get more smoke going, so that's my next task. I'm going to get the torch and light it up. Anyways, we'll keep it rolling. We'll come back. Good time to fork it, by the way. Poke it. Got to poke it. It's all the process. And get all that smoke in there, get all that marinade, that lovely allspice, ginger, brown sugar, all those good ingredients soaking in that meat. It's going to be delicious. Stay with us. Hey, we're rolling right along. Despite the Murphy's drop-in and all the troubles we had with the propane tank, we're having a nice smoking venture here. It's a lot of touch and go. The smoke stops. I have to kind of relight it. Flames up. I got to dampen it. But, you know, just kind of babysitting it along. But we're getting a lot of smoke, and the gas is working fine now. And right now I'm just going to put a little marinade on these. We flipped them around a couple times, poked them a lot. I'm not going to marinate this one. This is patties, and I don't want to get too spicy, and this is really spicy marinade. This has the habanero and everything else in it. Anyway, so we're just going to kind of layer that on somewhat generously. And you can use a brush if you wanted to. And I'm going to get back to the Blue Jays because they're wanting peanuts. But that'll help continue the flavor process here. Anyways, I've got my Jamaican beer. And we've been listening to reggae music. Can't play it while this is going on, licensing and all that stuff. But cheers. This is a great dish I've had at restaurants. I've made, oh, by the way, I've made Jamaica turkey jerky. It's really hard to say, but you can look up my videos and you can find the process of using the Gourmet air fryer and making the turkey jerky. Anyways, I'm gonna get back to my beer and the Blue Jays. You guys hang in there, come back when it's ready to take off the grill. It's been a long travel to get this recipe done, but well worth it. I saw something going on in the background. Could have been a squirrel, could have been a black cat. It's a bunny rabbit. There he goes. All right. He knows it's dinner time, and he's hoping dinner doesn't include him. Anyhow, sorry about that. Anyways, it's been about a 3-hour process of smoking and slow cooking this beautiful Jamaica jerk chicken. So I'm going to say on the average, it's going to be 2 to 4 hours. You know, we had Murphy dropping in, my propane tank issues that we talked about earlier. And, you know, it's also trial and error. You know, I'm learning how to maintain the smoke on these tubes and the smoke boxes using chips or pellets. You know, today we're using chips. And I would say that what I learned from that is that I don't like the chip box. I like those pellet tubes. They actually work pretty good. And you just have to know when to snuff that flame out and let it just smoke. And there's like a technique involved with that. Maybe on another date I'll do a little video on that because I'm learning, and that's what cooking is all about. But anyways, we're going to tempt this. I've been kind of following along. The peas and rice and peas are done, and they're delicious. We can't wait to put this together and have our dinner tonight that we've been waiting for 3 hours or more to have happen. You're going to enjoy this though. It's going to be great. Here we go. We're going to look at the chicken. Look at it. It looks muddied up just like a jerk chicken. I've got it on its breast right now. We're going to flip it over and temp it all. But I can tell you that it feels like everything's falling off the bone. I got to be careful when I flip it. Look, the leg already kind of did that. Anyhow, let's give it a temp. Tipping the breast. See where it goes. And I've checked the meat too. It's nice. It's ready. It's definitely ready. It's definitely ready. It's tender. The meat is white all the way through. And it's going to be amazing. So we're going to try to put these babies right on this tray. And we're going to take it inside and plate it up. That is the spicy one. I gotta remember that. Help me remember that. Oh, I hope it is. I think it is, because I think the bigger one is the mild one. I've been moving them around a little bit on the grill, but I'm pretty sure. And that's this one here. Looks good. Let me check the meat. Fork it a little bit. Cooked all the way through, looks good. Oh yeah. Beautiful. We'll take that up here. Slow smoked with a pimento wood, Jamaican style. There you go, that's the Jamaica jerk chicken. We're going to take that inside and plate it up. Turn off the grill. I'll turn the grill on in just a second. And the technique I use when I turn off the grill, I leave it on and I turn it off at the container. And the reason I do this, there's residual flames from the oils and the fat from the chicken, but I let the gas bleed out of that line because there's a line about this long. And if you don't do that, if you unhook that canister, that gas is going to fly out of there. So this is allowing that line to bleed out. I'm going to come back and put out that flame and clean the grill. Meanwhile, let's take this inside and see what we have. All right, we're going to put this over here. This better be good. I've waited like 3 or 4 hours for this. I've worked my butt off. We've done 3 different recipes. I don't know, maybe 2 recipes. But here we go. We're going to do this thing. How are we going to do it? Okay, so maybe I'll bring this over to that. It's so tender, it's going to fall apart as I put it up. So here we go. This should be the milder one, I think. I'm going to taste it, and I'll know if it's suitable for Patty's tongue and taste. There we go. Man, I'm so tempted to lick my finger right now. Yo, look at that, just falling off the bone. Look how easy that was. Oh my gosh. Perfect. Gosh, it smells so good. We're going to put a little rice and peas with it. Just like so. Look at that. We're going to garnish it with a little bit of green onions all the way across. How's that looking, guys and gals? Well, that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is how's it taste. So I'm going to get a little bit of that meat. A little bit of that skin too, because I think that's probably where a lot of the flavor probably is too. Incredible. Moist, not dry. That smoky flavor. A little bit of the heat. Not overwhelming. There's not like an overwhelming heat to it right now. This is likely to be the mild one. So we'll see how that one comes out. But amazing flavor. Let me get another bite of that. Delicious. Peas and rice. There we go. Incredible. I can't wait to sit down and have me a feast here tonight. It's delicious. It's well worth the time spent with it. Amazing history behind it all. Enjoyed like looking up all that information and really put myself in that whole, what's the word? I mean, it's like becoming part of this whole dish, this whole heritage, this whole culture. This is more than just a chicken. It's the whole style of smoking, why they smoked it like they did, the history behind it, and the flavors, you know, the pimento wood, the allspice berry. Great dish. Jamaican jerk chicken, guys. Gotta try it. Cheers, man. Well, gosh, I can't wait to cook something else. Until then, enjoy food.
We're gonna eat, we're gonna eat. We're gonna eat and eat. We're gonna eat and eat. We're gonna eat and eat. Welcome to Joe's Kitchen, yeah, we're gonna eat. That's right.